welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today I've got a brand new episode of my very popular video series, Top Upcoming 4K Ultra HD Blu Ray Releases, Big Movie Announcements and Reveals. This is where I share a bunch of insider studio information that I'm privy to. I share a bunch of announcements of big 4K Ultra HD movie releases that are coming out here over the next month or two, and I share a bunch of hidden tidbits and things in this video series. Now this is number 14 in this video series, and it's crazy to think that this is the 14th one in this video series that I've done over the years. And each one of these I've released has surprised me with how popular they've been, and they've been getting more and more popular with each one of these videos I release. So I always look forward to diving into and doing this video series. As always, I've included all of the direct links for every single one of these that I talk about in this video series as a pinned comment in the comment section right below this video. So any of these that you're wanting to buy after you get done watching this video or pre-order, just go down to that pinned comment or in the description section right below this video. All of the links are listed out there with the direct sale links. I've done all of the work for all of you and gathered those all together and posted them all right down below. Now, if you haven't checked out any of the previous videos in this video series, now the last one that I did right before this covered all the way up through September 5th. And that has a bunch of titles that are still coming out here in a month and a half from now. So if you haven't checked out that video, that's before this one as well, you're gonna wanna go check out that video. There's tons of announcements and studio insider information I share in that one as well. And that one's available right now on this channel. But to start off with, we're gonna be starting off with September 12th here. I always pick up directly after the last video series date range. So starting off on September 12th, we've got a really exciting release of Batman: The Mask of the Phantasm. And this is the amazingly well done 1993 animated Batman film. And the story in it, the writing, the voice acting, and the musical score in it is up there with one of the best Batman stories ever released theatrically. I absolutely loved the film, and it is one of those I remember going to see in theaters originally in 1993. Well, this is getting a brand new 4K restoration from Warner Brothers. So this should look, if done correctly, amazing. Because that film was one of those that looked really good originally in theaters. And if they do this 4K restoration correctly, this is going to be one of those stellar 4K Ultra HD releases. And like I said, it is an amazing Batman film. Continuing with September 12th, we're getting SHREK the Third. This is the third film in the SHREK movie series. Now, previously I did the reviews of the previous SHREK films with exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison reviews here on this YouTube channel. I also did the other movies in the SHREK universe of Puss in Boots, and then obviously the Puss in Boots The Last Wish sequel. I did those exclusively with 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons here on this YouTube channel as well. If you're wanting to know the quality of any of the previous SHREK films on 4K, you're just going to want to go check out those reviews here that are available on this YouTube channel. I'll put the links up above, and you can watch those videos after you get done watching this video. Now, I did get asked, are these going to all be bundled into a massive SHREK box set? Well, here's the answer from Universal. Basically, they're doing one of these each year over the next several years. So basically, if it ever does come to that they're going to release it in a massive box set, we're looking at probably about 5 to possibly 6 years from now before that would happen. For me, that's too long to wait. I don't mind having them in individual cases, and I like the individual artwork better anyways, and they're not priced super expensive, each one of these films that are coming out of the SHREK universe. So I'll buy them individually, but if you want the answer to that, if you should be waiting, personally I wouldn't, because I want to show my support for these releases because they have been very good 4K releases. And to be honest, waiting 4 to 6 years from now to get to watch them, that's just too long for me. Continuing September 12th, we're getting Kiss the Girls from 1997. This is kind of a mystery, horror, thriller, kind of all mixed together with Ashley Judd in it and Morgan Freeman. Very good film. Now, I originally announced this here about 3 to 4 weeks ago on my Twitter, which is now called X, so I guess it's X Twitter, because weirdly it shows up still as Twitter sometimes. But anyhow, on my Twitter, if you don't follow me on there yet, you're gonna want to follow me on there. I give a ton of announcements, talk about things, and share things continually on there. And that's 4K Blu-ray reviews, all one word. And I always post at the beginning of every video the actual Twitter handle. So if you want to follow me on there, I give a bunch of insider information and share stuff on there constantly. But Kiss the Girls is getting a brand new 4K restoration by Paramount. This is going to be a limited edition manufactured on demand release, so they're going to be printing them as they're ordered. Now, this so far is only an Amazon exclusive release. I will post that direct link as I did on my Twitter right down below as a pinned comment. That's the only place it's actually available to order from. So if you're wanting to order this, make sure to go down to that link down there below because that's where it's available. Staying with the same day and date, we're getting Ghoulies from 1985, the horror, slightly dark comedy, but mostly horror film from the 80s. Now this is getting a brand new 4K restoration with brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 master and color grading. So it should look, if done correctly, the best the film ever has. Some of the previous releases have had wonky color grading where the colors would shift a lot of the time. You'd get it orangish color skin, brownish, then you get kind of grayish, all back and forth. And it didn't look amazing. They looked fine, but never amazing. So I'll be curious how this one turns out. If it's going to be one of those releases that really the new restoration makes a massive difference, especially if they can contain the colors of the skin tones. It should be a nice upgrade if done correctly. Continuing September 12th, we're getting Kick-Ass 2. I've talked about this one quite a few times recently, and I just recently talked about it in my top alternative superhero movies released on 4K Ultra HD video. Now in that video, I shared a bunch of things about titles that basically a lot of people don't think about as far as superhero films. They always think of Marvel, Superman, things like that. In that video, I did something unique by sharing a bunch of hidden releases that sometimes people don't think about or know are must-own 4K Ultra HD releases of movies that are superhero films without being mainstream or as well-known superhero films. And there's a bunch of titles in there that I go through, share the testing data, that are must-own 4Ks you're going to want to have in your collection. So if you haven't done so yet, you want to go check out that top alternative superhero films episode that I did here on my YouTube channel. Continuing the superhero theme for this day, which it's amazing how many superhero films we're getting on this day, but we're also getting Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. This is the sequel to the original animated Spider-Man movie that came out several years before that. Now, I did not get to see this in theaters. I am excited for this release, and there's several reasons. Sony announced they're putting the full Dolby Atmos audio mix on it. Now, my understanding is from folks that have seen it, that Atmos mix sounded great originally. Well, I am hoping that this is one of those stellar Dolby Atmos mixes that Sony has been known for over the years. Sony has been doing some amazing releases with Dolby Atmos on them that are real treats to listen to. So this is one of those I'm hugely excited for to check out because I loved the original animated film and I'm excited to see how the sequel turns out. Now, rounding out September 12th, we're getting The Last House on the Left. This is the 2009 horror film, and I mean strong horror film. This is getting a limited edition 4K Ultra HD release by Arrow Video. And so it's going to be one of those releases from Arrow Video that comes with like a little booklet and a poster in it. So this is one of those that if you're interested in, you'll want to pre-order so that way if it does sell out, you don't miss out on it. If you enjoy movies and TV series, this channel's the place for you. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you never miss out on any of these videos that I release here on my YouTube channel. Moving ahead to September 19th, we're getting The Last Dragon from 1985. Now this is coming in a limited edition SteelBook only. The reason I'm being specific on that is when I posted this originally on my Twitter several months ago, I got a lot of questions asking, is this coming out in a standard release? Well, Sony only announced it as a limited edition SteelBook release. They've done this previously with like Fright Night, and I did that exclusive review of Fright Night originally here on my YouTube channel. They released these 4K restorations in limited edition SteelBook releases, not standard releases in Blu Ray or 4K cases. And once they sell out, they literally sell out and they're done. Now, Sony has every once in a while in a blue moon done a limited edition, very limited edition reprint of some of these SteelBooks, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in this video, some things that I got from my studio contacts. But as far as this release goes, it's exactly like the Fright Night release. It's a very limited edition SteelBook release. Once it sells out, Sony says that that's it. So if you're wanting to get this film on 4K Ultra HD, make sure to pre-order it so you don't miss out on it. Now it is getting a new 4K scan with Dolby Vision and HDR10 master and new color grading. So this is one of those releases that if done right, I mean, Sony's been known for doing a lot of amazing releases, so I do think this one's going to turn out well. But when I get it in and can test and analyze, I'll let you know all the results about it. But this is one that I'm excited to check out. Same day and date, we're getting The Exorcist from 1973. This is the brand new Warner Brothers restoration they did. Now, the director of it just recently passed away, actually before filming this. I think it was 2 or 3 days before I started filming this. And that's always a tragic thing when we lose great directors and things like that. But we are finally getting his film, The Exorcist, on 4K Ultra HD this year. So that will be one you'll be able to experience and check out as well. Continuing same day and date, we're getting The Lost City of Z from 2016. This is coming from Shout Studios. They've had a very rocky history this year. Things with scratch discs, region locking their 4K discs, some of their transfers not being great, having over darkening on some of their transfers and over sharpening on a couple of them. So I'll be curious to see how this one turns out. I kind of have lost my faith in that every Shout Studio release and Scream Factory release is going to be amazing anymore, because they just simply have not been this year. They've had a very shoddy history this year. We're also getting Disney's new live action remake of The Little Mermaid. Now, this came out in 2023. It is coming out on 4K Ultra HD now. I don't know, I got mixed feelings on it. Personally, I don't really enjoy Disney taking all of their animated films and just making them into live action, but then trying to change story elements to try to make it more in the sense of what they think is more modern. Not necessarily what actually is more modern, but they like to change things to kind of make it themselves feel like, hey, we're doing things to be hip or in sync with what's the newest and latest trend in the news. I don't like that at all, and I really think a lot of their releases have been very poor as far as story-wise and character changes they've done. This is not one of those I'm really looking forward to in any shape or form. I honestly don't even think I'm going to buy it, but it is coming out on that date, and I thought I'd share that with all of you so you are aware of it. Rounding out September 19th, we're getting another big limited edition release from Arrow Video of RINGU. This is the original horror film from 1998 that then led into the Ring universe that was basically rebooted and redone in the US. So this is the original horror international film that basically led into the Ring films. Now, I've seen this film, it's good, but to me, I've always really enjoyed the remakes. I think Gore Verbinski did an amazing job with the remakes. I really enjoyed them in theaters. Now, some people enjoy the original one better. Well, this is the original one coming out from Arrow Video in another limited edition box set. Now, any of these you want to buy or add to your collection or pre-order. As I said, every single link for these is listed right below in the description section right below this video, and as a pinned comment in the comment section below. So that way you don't have to go out looking for the sale links. I've done all of that work and they're included right down below from Amazon. Moving ahead to September 26th. This is one of the biggest release days I have seen almost the entire year. I actually have a whole page of announcements. That's how many titles are releasing on this day and date. Normally I get to do a lot more day and dates in these videos, but this one was such a massive day. There are so many exciting releases on this day. To start off with, we're getting My Bloody Valentine from 1981. Now this is coming from Scream Factory. Now I will say this is a slightly unique one, and here's why. For this one, they're actually doing a brand new 4K restoration of the uncut version with a brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 master and color grading. So in this case, they actually went and did the uncut version, which is the better version of this film, than the theatrical version on 4K Ultra HD. I'm not quite sure their reasoning why some of their releases that I've talked about recently over this year, they've done the theatrical versions, which were the poor versions, nobody liked them, and the uncut versions or unrated versions they didn't do. Well, now in this case, they're doing the opposite. So maybe they're learning, or maybe this was just a fluke. Not quite sure, we'll have to see how future releases go, but we're actually getting the uncut version on this one with a full 4K restoration. Continuing September 26th, we're also getting I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Now this came out in 1998 and it's the sequel to the original film that I did a review here on this YouTube channel of, that I Know What You Did Last Summer. I did an exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparison analysis and review here. If you haven't checked out that review, you're going to want to find out how that is on the first one, because they're doing the sequel now from Sony with a brand new 4K restoration that hopefully lives up to the quality of the first one that was released. because that was a very nice 4K release. But if you want all the specs and data from that release, you'll want to go check out my exclusive review on that. But this is one of those that I'm excited for because I really did like this horror series. Continuing the same day, we're getting The Train from 1964. Now this is a John Frankenheimer action classic. As a lot of you know that have followed me here on my channel for a while, I really liked John Frankenheimer as a director. Obviously he did The Manchurian Candidate and Ronin, which I did exclusive reviews here on my YouTube channel of. If you haven't checked out those reviews, you'll want to check out those. He was a director that did a lot of great films in his history of filmmaking, and I will say he's one of my favorite directors. Well, we're getting The Train finally, and it's coming with a brand new 4K scan of the original camera negatives, and it's going to have a brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 master. This is one of those I'm excited is coming out on 4K Ultra HD, but you'll want to check out Ronin and, like I said, The Manchurian Candidate if you have not done so yet, because those are two stone cold classics you need to have in your collection as well. Now, continuing the same day and date, we're also getting Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. This is the Clint Eastwood classic film from 1974, and this is getting a brand new 4K scan of the original camera negative and a brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 master and color grading. I can tell you this is one of those Clint Eastwood films I've really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm glad that Kino Lorber is continuing to release more and more Clint Eastwood films on 4K. Soon we're going to have a massive collection of Clint Eastwood films on 4K. Already we've got quite a few from them. This is another one of those I'm excited to check out. If you want to check out some of his other 4K releases, I've done all of the reviews of the previous Clint Eastwood 4K releases by Kino Lorber. Those are available now on this YouTube channel if you want to watch those after you get done with this video. Another title I'm extremely excited for is Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Limited Edition Steelbook reprint. I'm going to explain about this one. This is a one-time limited edition reprint by Sony. They do these every once in a blue moon for a title that's sold out like instantly. They're going to be doing a very limited edition one-time reprint. They're not going to do it again, they said. They only do this one time. And basically they're going to be releasing the limited edition Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Steelbook. I missed out on this originally. I got them in individual releases, but I did not get the original Steelbook. Now, my understanding is, and I've gotten a ton of questions from a lot of you about this, from Sony directly, they have not yet announced the discs that are in this set. The Steelbook is the reprint. They did not announce what the reprint of the discs inside are. It's the Steelbook that's actually being reprinted. My hope is that it's the Dolby Vision master that they're putting in it, the newer master they did that just had some slight tweaks to it that made it just slightly more stable. I would like that to be the disc in it. If not, I still want the Steelbook because I really like the artwork on it and I missed it originally. But directly from Sony, they have not shared with anyone that the discs in this are those Dolby Vision discs yet. Websites that are posting that it's the Dolby Vision discs already are sharing false information. So take that with a grain of salt. That if you think you're getting information from a certain website that knows it's a Dolby Vision master already in there. Sony has not shared that with anybody officially yet. It's just rumors. So when that's being posted that that's official, it's not official, it's just a rumor right now because they only have announced that it's a reprint of the Steelbook. I am hoping it is that Dolby Vision master on the disc. That would be a nice little treat in this. But the Steelbooks are expected to sell out pretty darn fast, just like they did the first time. I already have my pre-order in. That way I make sure that I get a copy of it regardless of what the discs are, though I am hoping they're those other discs. Just make sure you understand this is a one-time reprint. They are not going to do this again later on. Sony only does these one time for a very limited number and then they're gone. Continuing September 26th, we're getting Carlitos Way. Now I've got a lot of questions about this release as well. This is getting a brand new limited edition 4K Ultra HD box set from Arrow Video. It's going to have a poster, book, postcards in it, but it's also going to be a slightly newer transfer in certain areas. And I'll explain what I mean here. I've talked about this because of my history testing and analyzing Arrow Video's basically reissues of 4K releases versus previous releases, like the Waterworld release. When I did my exclusive analysis and testing between the 4K versus 4K image comparison that I did, that's something I exclusively do here on my YouTube channel. In that video, I tested out basically the Universal prior release, which is the same thing with this Universal Carlitos Way, compared the bit rates, the average film grain, what you're looking color-wise, image comparisons, And I will tell you, Arrow Video has given more breathing room, a better bitrate, slightly better looking colors. Film grain is much more stable in that water world. So when you watch that review, I estimate that we're gonna see a similar experience with this Carlitos Way limited edition 4K set from Arrow Video that we did with Waterworld, because they're doing the same thing they did with Waterworld, which is Universal's licensing it out. They're doing some slight work on it, basically giving it a larger disc and more room to breathe, higher bitrate and things like that, which I do see this being the ultimate way to view Carlitos Way, but I'll know a whole lot more once I get this in to test and analyze. Now, we're also getting Natural Born Killers from 1994, and this is coming with a new director-approved 4K transfer from the original camera negatives with Dolby Vision and HDR10. Now, this is not one of those films I absolutely love. To be honest with you, I really didn't like it much at all. But I know there's a lot of you out there that are interested in this film, and that is coming out on September 26th. Now, a release I am looking forward to that's coming from Disney and Pixar's division is Elemental. This is the 2023 CGI computer animated film, and I do enjoy Pixar's side of their Disney films. For the most part. There have been a few I've not enjoyed as much, but I am looking forward to this one because a lot of folks are saying this is more in line with Pixar getting more back in feel and touch with what made them great as a studio. So I am excited to check that one out and see, does it kind of harken back to better things from Pixar? We'll have to see, but that is coming out on 4K on that day and date. Talking about Sony again here. Now, I just recently referenced here a little bit ago about the Ghostbusters. Well, same day and date on September 26th, we're getting Fifth Element on 4K Ultra HD limited edition Steelbook, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and The Equalizer. All of these in limited edition 4K Ultra HD reprints one time. These are the same as the Ghostbusters. So what Sony's doing is all on the same day and date. They're releasing these one-time limited edition reprints that were sold out and have been sold out since they originally issued them many years ago. They've never reprinted them again except this one time. They've said this is it. Once these sell out, they will not print them again. They are only known for ever doing on certain Steelbooks a reprint one time. So Sony is very specific on this, and they said to share specifically, it is a very limited edition, one-time reprint on all of these. Now, there is one thing that I've gotten a lot of questions about with the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon one. People have been asking, is it the newer transfer on the disc? Just like what was released in that box set recently by Sony. Again, Sony has not specified if it's going to have the newer transfer for that, just like with the Ghostbusters set. They are saying this is the Steelbook limited edition reprint. They did not specify the transfer that's going to be on that disc. I am hoping Sony will notify me and let me know, hey, this is going to be the transfer of it before the release date. If not, I'll have to wait till mine come in to test and analyze and figure out which transfer is on it. But either way, I have mine set up for pre-order. That way I get them in no matter what, because I am excited to check these out. I am hoping it's the newer transfer because I did not buy that box set that Sony released. There just wasn't enough titles I was interested in. There were so many things that were coming out at that time that the box set was kind of overpriced at the time for me to spend. And I had so many other things I was working on for review. But Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a really cool limited edition Steelbook. I mean, most of these really are. I think Sony does a great job with their Steelbook. So all of those are coming out on that same day and date as well. Now, another big release that's coming out from the folks at Imprint is Cross of Iron. This is the 1977 war film, and this is imprint number 250. I really enjoy the film. It's a great classic film that I'm excited is finally getting a brand new 4K restoration of the original camera negatives, and is coming out on 4K. Now, the folks at Imprint are going to be sending that to me for review. I do get their things in for review. It does take a little bit longer to get those in though, because they are coming from Australia when they ship them over. But I'll put the order link down there below if it is something you want to pre-order before I get to do my review and analysis. But I am very excited about that release. Imprint does a really good job taking and working with the original camera negatives and doing restorations and things. I do know they're working with the Studio Canal release, which has been released in the UK. But Imprint, I think they do even a better job. They take a lot of those restorations, do some work, tweaking things on their own, usually give them a better bitrate, more room to breathe, more stable film grain. So I'll be excited to check this out and see if this is another one of those massive upgrades that Imprint does an amazing job with. So this is a very exciting release of a classic film that's coming out as well. It'll be in a box set where it has like a booklet with it, an outside slip cover, things like that. So this is one I'm hugely excited for and will be looking forward to reviewing for all of you here on my YouTube channel. Now, any of these you want to buy and add to your collection, every single one of those links I've posted down below in the description section and as a pinned comment right down there below. Make sure to start the conversation down below. I always ask and love to hear from all of you, what titles of these are you excited for? What of these from this video are you excited to buy and add to your collection? What of these did you not know about that now you're thrilled are coming out on 4K Ultra HD? Start that conversation right down there below in the comment section and let me know what of these got you excited. If you enjoy these videos and these videos help you out here on my YouTube channel, make sure to support the creation of these videos and this YouTube channel through my Collectors VIP Club. That only costs you $1 or $2 every month, but after what YouTube takes is 35%. I get about $1 from each person on that. But that helps me to be able to keep creating videos just like this that help you determine what things you want to pre-order, what things are coming out. All of these exclusive 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons that I do here on my YouTube channel, they're only possible through my VIP Club membership and through you, my viewers and subscribers' support. So make sure if you enjoy this and these videos help you out, join my Collectors VIP Club, support this channel and support these videos. I want to say thank you to my current VIP Club members. I truly do appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.